Imagine a rooster strutting around a farmyard, puffing his chest and crowing at the sunrise. He believes he's king of the coop, choosing where to peck and when to crow. Now, lurking in the bushes is a hungry fox, planning his attack. The fox believes the rooster's fate is sealed, just waiting for the right moment to pounce. This, in essence, is determinism, the idea that all events, including our choices, are predetermined by prior causes. The question of free will versus determinism is as old as philosophy itself. Do we truly have control over our lives, or are we simply puppets dancing on the strings of fate? Let's delve into this age-old philosophical showdown and explore the arguments for and against free will. Daniel Dennett, an American philosopher, originally from Boston, known for his sharp mind, is a staunch defender of free will. He argues that while we are influenced by our genes, upbringing, and environment, these factors don't completely dictate our choices. Dennett believes in a kind of free will he calls compatibilism. This means that even if our actions are determined by prior causes, we can still be free in a meaningful sense. He compares our minds to complex computer programs that can produce surprising and unpredictable results. Dennett argues that our ability to deliberate, weigh options, and make conscious decisions is evidence of our free will. This ability to imagine, deliberate, and choose, Dennett argues, is what makes us free. Now, let's consider the deterministic perspective. Ted Honderich, a Canadian-British philosopher, argues that free will is nothing more than an illusion. Honderich argues that every event, including every human action and thought, is causally determined by a long chain of prior events. From Honderich's perspective, the rooster isn't really free to choose anything. His every action is simply the result of a long chain of cause and effect. Just because our choices are predetermined doesn't mean they're meaningless. We can still find joy, purpose, and fulfillment in a deterministic universe. So, we have Dennett, the free will defender, arguing that we have the power to choose our own steps. Dennett states that we are the authors of our own actions, and we can shape our destiny through our choices. And we have Honderich, the determinism advocate, claiming that the dance was choreographed long ago. Honderich counters with his statement that every move we make is predetermined by a series of prior events and causes beyond our control. Who's right? That's the million-dollar philosophical question. Dennett's view is appealing because it aligns with our intuitive sense of free will. But Honderich's view has the weight of logic and science on its side. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between these two extremes. Despite their differing views, Dennett and Honderich actually agree on some key points. Both acknowledge that our genes, upbringing, and environment play a significant role in shaping our choices. They also agree that we are capable of rational thought, deliberation, and moral responsibility. Where they differ is in their interpretation of these facts. Dennett believes these facts are compatible with free will, while Honderich believes they undermine it. Both offer valuable insights into the complexities of human choice and the factors that shape our lives. The debate between free will and determinism is unlikely to be resolved anytime soon. But exploring this philosophical conundrum can be an enriching and thought-provoking exercise. It forces us to confront fundamental questions about the nature of our existence and the meaning of choice. So the next time you see a rooster strutting around a farmyard, or a fox lurking in the bushes, ponder the age-old question of free will versus determinism. Are these creatures truly in control of their own destiny? Or are they simply playing out a script that was written long ago? Hold that thought for just a minute. In this chapter, we explore another example of free will versus determinism. We will still use Dennett for free will, but Hans Albert will join in on determinism. So, imagine a chess game between two grandmasters. One player, representing free will, believes every move is a choice influenced by strategy and creativity. The other player, representing determinism, argues that every move is predetermined by the rules of the game and the initial setup. Once again, as mentioned previously, this debate can be seen in the works of philosophers like Daniel Dennett, who supports the idea of free will, and Hans Albert, who leans towards determinism. Dennett argues that within the complex web of possibilities, our choices are genuine and impactful. He sees the chessboard as a dynamic space where creativity and strategy allow for true freedom of choice. On the other hand, Albert would say that the chess game, much like life, follows a predetermined path. Each move, while seemingly a choice, is influenced by the initial setup and the unchanging rules of the game. To him, the players are merely executing a sequence that was bound to happen from the start. So, as you watch the pieces move across the chessboard, ask yourself, are the grandmasters really free to make their own choices? Or are they bound by a predetermined sequence of moves? This analogy not only deepens our understanding of free will and determinism, but also brings these abstract concepts into a more tangible realm. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you lean towards Dennett's view of free will? Or do you find Albert's deterministic perspective more compelling? The answer, my friends, is up for you to decide. So please, do just that, and leave your thoughts, your views, or your questions in the comments section of the video. This is Sylvia thanking you once again for joining us here at Philosophical Flicks. Until next time, keep pondering the mysteries of existence. And with that, we end today's exploration, but not the discussion. So then, with that, let the debate begin, shall we?